Okay, so last time, I really should have included this in my explanation, but this is kind of a more recent version of it. But I don't think it's functional. Either that, I was working on it, so it's weird. I did implement a few more things. I think we already saw this. But in the game, I made arrays of things that are in here in the game. Um, and I did that because of those long, long switch statements that I had. Instead of that, now I have it to where it's just a few lines because of all this stuff up here. um, this whole thing, it does the same thing as it did last time with this part, but whenever you get that substring, it searches in each of my arrays to find an event, or not an event, but yeah, an event, person, something in this stuff, a place that matches what you typed. And if it can't find one, then it's already set to -1. So if it's -1, it's nothing, which is 0. So that's just like my workaround for getting that. Yeah, so now it's going to return the position of whatever matches the name of the thing. And whenever it does that, it's really awesome because it's able to just do this one line of code instead of all of this whole thing with the switch statement. It's really convenient when doing the getting the give characters, give contents. It's just a for loop, and you don't have to have that long list that I had. So this is the kind of stuff that I learned, and the little addition I made. But nothing else has really been changed except for these as well. I put these inside the game instead of in the main method, and then I put it. I gave it a little time where you subtract that amount from it. So it's the same, but I just moved it to the game class. Yeah, so that was the update I made that I should have included last time. But so these are my ideas for the new one, which I did have a little list of ideas in here that I didn't mention. When confronted with the options in spending, you can choose between something heavenly or not. You'd be able to steal souls from other parents at Walmart and the mall, get chicken nuggets, stuff like that. I also thought of an idea just now, like maybe we could do like a Christmas dinner section. Like you have to make the perfect Christmas instead of just getting presents. So it's like all the things of Christmas, which could be a really neat, in-depth game. That sounds awesome, I think. So this is my like compiler that I like downloaded as a program. I love that for me. I was mentioned that man that I learned a bunch of stuff from on YouTube. I'll link the little video series. But this is basically what he wrote, and I copied it from the video with a little bit of my own changes to the names of things. Yeah, so his system was really interesting. I really liked it, and I'm gonna kind of make mine based off of it, but it will be I'll have to like implement a lot more things because it's gonna be more complicated because of all my extra objects and all that. So I guess we'll run this. You can see what it looks like. So this is his program. You start there. You have your HP and your weapon, and then this is supposed to say stuff. And these are options of what to do. And normally you click on these and they'll do stuff, but I just stopped copying it from there. This is mine that I've been working on. I have my own image processor and stuff like that, which I call it that, but it really just allows you to choose which image is going on because you have to have a different method that's like built in, and it's really complicated. So I made this little thing where you send in an array of pictures that you want, and then it'll just load those pictures. So yeah. Oh yes, this. So it's complicated and I don't really understand it, but I made my own processor thing, so, you know, it's fine. And this is my action listener, right? This will get it's all kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, it's so complicated that I don't really understand it. But yeah, there's like we did the importing all this stuff, which yes, I don't know, for some reason it had me like re-import event. I don't know why. Like it was included in here, but it made me re-import it. So yeah, so in this game, you know, you got your window, it creates the window, and then the screen, that's the actual like content pane, as it says. I don't really understand everything and all the little details, but that's just the GUI stuff. These are the fonts that you can have, which I'm looking into more like fonts, so I know it's just Times New Roman, and I'm pretty sure you can just like throw a font file into your folder and like load it up somehow. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe it's just anything that's installed on your computer, something like that. I got a label for the title. I got this background color, you know, all that. You gotta add the title like every time. You gotta add everything to the screen afterwards. And this is the button panel. It has all my option buttons for the menu, which all of these are like copied from one another. Each of these things does something. Like this one was an interesting little thing. You know how like when you're hovering over stuff and it leaves this little like residue box that you like hovered over it, but you didn't click it, and yeah, so this just gets rid of that. That's all it does. Yeah, you add all the buttons to the panel, and at the end you add the panel to the screen. And that's just like when you create a game, all that happens. So whenever you actually click the start button, the action listener, which is the strawberry S, your action command is start. So whenever it goes, you see start, whenever you click it, it's going to send the word start in, and then it's going to run game start game, which is this little, oh, wrong one, this little thing. Yeah, I have this at the bottom because it's longer. Yeah, so this is my little image character panel that I'm going to have. Then I got the text panel where all the main events are happening. And then this is an example of the little image thing. And then this, I was going to try to get the name, but whenever you run this, it actually has a little pop-up window, and I don't really like that. I wish it would be like in the game. So I'm still trying to figure that out a little bit. But I'll show you that in a second. And then all the other buttons are gonna do these things, but there's nothing in them because I haven't written it yet. And the continue game, this is, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna figure out what's going on. But I know each one's gonna have like pictures and stuff that are gonna show up like a little scene. Yeah, and there's gonna be all these different locations, which I'll probably make a loop for. I don't know, but yes, I'll figure that out. That's gonna be interesting because this is based on his section down here, but it's a little different already, and yeah, so it's gonna be really crazy. Yeah, this is what my ideas and what I'm going for right now, and we'll run this. I have it in a main method. Okay, so here's what we got. You click start, and you see it has a different little picture, and this is actually the picture that I loaded. It's just white, and that's the point. But whenever you do that, it'll save it and like use it and stuff. But yeah, so I don't like that it like pops out, but you know, I already decided that I want it to be look like this and not be full screened. Yeah, so I mean, maybe it'll make sense. I mean, it is, you know, a completely Java game, so it's not gonna be the best like GUI wise, you know. So it's probably fine. I might still use that, but I'm gonna see if I can find something that'll do it. Either that, or I'm thinking I'll have like options for the player character, like already pre-made characters that you can choose from, or like pre-made families really that you can choose from. I'm thinking there'll be 4, and then they'll already have names and stuff, and they'll already have like personalities, and you just play as them. Which that might be a better idea because that would probably be easier to write for me. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Thanks for watching.